Lay down.
Up, well,
Hey, how you doing, Justin?
yeah, it's going.
How'd your evening go?
That went all right. I actually went to bed pretty early. I think I went and laid down around, it was around 10:30, 11. I was freaking beat. Hi, Douglas. Hey, buddy.
How's Doug doing?
Oh, he's good. He's up on his hammock.
Oh, he's up hanging out.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here loving on him. What's up, buddy? My big boy, huh? You ate all your stuff, fat ass. Yeah, yeah, he's gotten so freaking big.
Well, that's because you love him.
Yeah, this morning, a little while ago, I go over and I walk by his thing, and he's like hanging upside down on his hammock, just sitting there chilling. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I reached in, I grabbed him and put him back on top. He was just sitting there hanging upside down on there.
Well, he knows that if that's where you put him, that must be where you want him, you know?
He does that sometimes. He'll sleep in the weirdest position sometimes. Like, I'll wake up and he'll be up against the glass just sleeping, standing straight up. And he'll just be laying against the glass sleeping. Sometimes he
Now,
sleeps in the
does he
weirdest
actually close
places.
his eyelids or no?
Yeah. If I hold him and put him inside my sweatshirt and just put him on my chest, he'll fall asleep. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know if he had actual eyelids he could open and close.
Oh yeah. He goes right to sleep just like anybody else at that time. He'll put his little head down and he'll close his eyes and go to sleep.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you got him and not a snake.
Yeah, he cracks me up. Real funny little guy. Oh,
What's on your agenda for the day today?
I'm gonna test this shower head out here in a little while. See how well the water goes through it.
As you can see, it's kind of dark and danky here today. At noon today is the official start of the float down.
I'm just waiting for these last two pieces to finish printing. Because I didn't finish printing the last night. I went to bed while the shower head was still printing.
So by then, all of these parking places will be just lined up.
How's the weather looking? I mean, it looks cloudy, but it don't look nasty.
No, it's not nasty yet, but there's talking about maybe storms is something this afternoon. Let me take a look real quick.
Yeah, but if they cancel it, are people still allowed to get on the water legally? I mean,
Oh
do they
yeah, they
get in
can't
trouble?
stop them from getting on, but that'd be pretty dumb.
Now, my question is can somebody do that any day of the week if they wanted to?
Yeah,
Could they legally get into a life raft and just float down the river with
yep.
all that boat traffic and nobody would say anything to them? Okay.
Looks like the storms mostly are about 6 o'clock this evening.
TJ, I didn't know if they
TJ,
were, I figured they'd be really strict about people swimming and being in that water, especially through that area where you're at. The water seems to be really focused and a pretty quick current going through there.
we don't get any real storms or rain according to the weather channel until about a little after 6 p.m.
Yeah, you should be good. Everybody would be off the water by then. Yeah. They'll do it in the afternoon time, don't they?
Yeah, usually it's like people are getting in at 10 or 11 o'clock, and
So
because
you
they
should
float
start.
down to Marysville.
I wouldn't be surprised you don't start seeing them in the next half hour to an hour.
Could be. Very well could be.
DJ's at work right now.
Oh, is he?
Boo. Yeah, I was talking to him in Messenger a little while ago, or right before you went live. See what he was doing. Got the morning shift. What are you doing? Uh, So
Yeah, giggles.
there's the finished prop, the shower head.
Oh, okay.
So sit like that.
Does it have holes in the bottom?
Yeah, you just can't see him. You see him?
No. Oh,
Can't see those?
no. Oh, now we can. It's a
Yeah.
crisscross pattern, right?
Well, it's like a square pattern, but it's supposed to be like a waterfall. I mean, like a rainfall type thing. I'm not gonna mess with them because I want to test it out first, and then if I feel like there's not enough water going through, I'll take I have one of those hand drills, and I'll just like slowly go around and open them up just a tad more. Because I have really, really tiny drill bits set, like microscopic drill bits in it. I just want to see how well it does with just it being the way it came out. Printed pretty good. Did notice, or is it the one corner did lift up off the bed over a little time while it was printing, but it didn't affect the print at all. But you can definitely see it. Normal person that doesn't print probably wouldn't notice it, but I just noticed it. Other than that, it came out good though. It printed pretty good. So now I'm just printing the connector that goes from here to the pipe.
Okay.
But this is printed out of PET G, which is a really strong plastic. It's better than what we normally print with, which is PLA. And the print file was set to 25% infill, so it is pretty freaking strong. This thing shouldn't have any issues breaking. I mean, this thing is stiff as hell. I totally think this would be sellable quality. It works good. Really didn't use that much filament to print it. I think it was like 60 or 70 grams to print it. I could probably print 7 or 8 of these easy out of a roll. You ain't got no ships today, huh?
Well, actually, I just came back from getting one
It's a last minute one getting out of there.
because I think they closed the river at midnight at noon. So upbound down Algo, Canada is headed for Dartmouth, and then
But
downbound is the Manitoulin, and it's headed. I don't
well,
know
I
where
can
it's headed.
imagine any ship that's past the point of where they're starting this thing at, they probably have plenty of time to get in the water, haul ass down the river, and get ahead of them.
Yeah, and there's a
Get out of
federal
there.
ship up about an hour plus that's downbound too. So yeah, there's some ships in the area.
10 minutes left on this sprint. As long as the threading
Whitefish
and
Bay is
everything is.
upbound about 30 minutes from the Black River. And yeah, so there's going to be a few ships moving.
Oh, and I got some. Oh, where's it at? Actually have tape for that. Box somewhere. Or it might be here we go. Lumber state. do all the threading on it. Give it a best chance of working correctly. All right. All these parts are coming out really clean. Look good. Do a little plumber's tape on here. Oh, that's done. I want to make sure that thread's good and everything first. There's a fidget I printed yesterday.
Oh yeah. Spins pretty good.
That's what I'm gonna give that kid on Monday or tomorrow. So he's got a whole collection of them at his house. So I'm giving him. It keeps him busy on the bus, so keeps him distracted. Yeah, I went off on two of the boys on my bus on Friday. They were messing with these two girls in front of them. I went back there and yelled at both of them. I told the two girls, I said, they messed with y'all again. And I said, she said, well, you mind if we sit up front? Because they're both slightly special needs, but they're not like super special needs, I guess, the best way to describe it. Because I don't really like giving away too much on their stuff. But they asked me if they could sit up front in the front seat. And I told them, yeah, no problem. I said, and if they ever mess with you, you just let me know and I'll deal with it. I said, because they'll be off the bus in 2 seconds. They want to start that crap. So I ain't putting with the boys picking on me. I waited till she was my very last stop. So I waited till everybody got off the bus and had his conversation with her about it. One thing I don't put up with is kids picking on other kids. Sit there and be quiet, leave them alone. You see a bunch of like the only boats that are going to be on the water really should be like what Coast Guard and police.
Yeah.
Doing that
Yeah, they
just
they
for
don't allow
emergencies.
any kind of regular. In fact, they're down there at the Black River stopping boats from going out there.
Yeah, they're the only ones out there for just in case they got to pull somebody out of the water or something real quick. Is he buffering? He's not buffering.
I see Johnny is live this morning.
Who? Oh,
Johnny
Johnny. That don't surprise me.
with drones and coffee.
He won't be on very long though. He's usually not more than an hour. See how long he's been on for. Let me go to his channel. Let me go live. Oh yeah, he's been on for over an hour now, so I'm sure he's probably gonna get off here pretty soon. A track, 8 track. I have no idea who that is. Wait a minute. Oh, I took those yesterday. Guess I did. I thought I took my pills yesterday. Oh, I didn't. Fuck. That's all right though. One day ain't gonna hurt missing them. Like this. I swore I took my medicine yesterday. Back to work in the morning.
Yeah. Back to the grind, right?
Be a lot longer week this week because last week was a short week.
Yeah, because you didn't start till Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, that's hot. Ow.
Hey, Justin, do you mind if I go catch another ship?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Maybe somebody will join you, right?
I'll be back. I'll be back in a second. I'm just trying to make this food real quick so I can take these pills. So you can go. I'm good. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. So I'm not feeling sick of it. Chat has it frozen. 6 people watching. Yeah, cool. Jason's still live, doing his mobility stretches in the morning. Oh, I actually stretch before I get on the bus in the morning in about 10 minutes.
Hey, Justin, I'll be back, buddy.
All right. Let's hope. Let's see. Take these. Oh, I wonder how that hurricane was doing with the. Yeah, they're already flooding in Hawaii, unfortunately. What's up, Joe? Yeah, dude, they're flooding like crazy in Hawaii right now, Joe. I'm looking at the videos now on Fox. Some places getting pretty good amount of water. It's set up to 18 inches. What's up, Jody? They already got reports of 2 houses being washed away from the flooding. That's wild. Man, poor people, man. They were like, I think it was Joe saying yesterday, they're not really prepared for that type of storm. Here, we would have been able to handle that for the most part. There's a few things here and there would have got fucked up, but nothing too severe. But what you up to, Jody? All right. That's for me. Got my pills taken. I'm good to go. All right. Parts are finished for the shower head. Let's see here. We got, we go this way. Yeah. That will go into there. And the water will come out of there into the shower head. I just got to make sure this thing screws on right. The last thing I printed that had threads not want to go on. All right. Goes on good. So I'll put a little plumber's tape on it. Only thing though is it looks a lot smaller than the standard pipe on a shower. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to pull the other one off and check it. Maybe it just looks like it doesn't like it's gonna be too small, but it's, I actually might be able to use the hardware that's already on the other shower head. I was looking at it, and I think I can just unscrew the head from it and just screw it right onto here, as long as the size is the same. Not, I'll figure it out. No big deal. Tell you, I'll test it later in the day and check, make sure this works. Just sit like that. Run it at a 25% in density fill on the infill. And this thing is fucking strong. I mean, it ain't going anyway. So it should be good. I think it should be pretty durable in there. Like I said, I want to test it just the standard holes that it printed at and see how the water flow is through it. If it doesn't feel like it's that much, like I said, I'll take that little hand drill I have with the little set of drill bits. I'll find one that's just slightly bigger and I'll open them up just a little bit more and see how that does. If it's not good the way it is. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it. Could be good. I'll test it out later when we get off here. See how that does. Anybody watch the Candace Owen and Andrew Wilson debate, man? Oh, that was good. Andrew fucking killed her in that debate. Right. Everybody's being quiet. There's that fucking rust bucket over there. Well, if y'all ain't talking, I ain't talking. I ain't got shit to say this morning. I'm just gonna sit here. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to do this bracket though. Here, let me show you guys. There's a loads up here. I'll show you. I was looking at doing this bracket here. So what these do is help keep your screens, your computer screens in line. I was talking about these yesterday. But you double side tape one of these to each one of the screens, and then you use the little hinges, tighten it down, hook them together, and then keep your screens nice and straight so they don't move around or anything like that. Because I have my two computer monitors like kind of V'd in, and so they're right up against each other, touching each other. But every once in a while, like fix the camera, or I might like tap the desk just a little bit, and one of them will go, and kind of slightly move a little bit. And I'll have to realign it. It's kind of annoying. So thought that was pretty cool little setup. Just need to get some double-sided tape. I have none left. We need two of them, one for the top, one for the bottom. Four of those. So let me separate these parts out. I need four of those. Two of these. Two of those. Four of those. Need the rest of these. It's over. There. These on one plate. These on another plate. These on a plate. And these two plates. There we go. Now they're nice and organized. Probably cram them down to three plates, but it's all right. I'll just do each part will have its own plate. So we can go ahead. I can go ahead and print these out and get them ready to go. Get some tape in a couple days. Just get them done and over with, right? I'm gonna do them at a Pet G too, since I found that whole roll of Pet G yesterday. I might as well make them have some strong ass Pet G. That generic Pet G, generic, generic, generic. Two. Start that. What's everybody doing today? Like nobody's saying anything in the chat. Come on, guys, start saying something. Leaving me to hang all by myself. Yeah. What are you talking about, Mark? I'm so confused by what you're talking about. What? Showerhead, now go.
Hey, Justin, Paul,
What are you talking about, Mark?
what the ATBAQ is that another one of Lon's names?
I have no idea. Paul's the one that deleted him.
Yeah,
He didn't really say anything that bad. He was just like, "Let's
no, he just
go."
said is that old guy? Why is that old guy buffering? He said,
Yeah, and then he said a couple things, and then Paul, like, I don't know.
hmm.
Paul decided to delete the message. I don't know. I didn't even look at the channel. Let me go over and look at it.
No, I didn't either, but I know Lon came in on a few different channel names the other week, didn't he?
Oh, that's a actually has a lot of subs. It's got 345 subscribers, but there's no videos, nothing.
Well, it might not be Lon
And
then.
it was made back in December 18th of 2023, so it's a few years old.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. I got that shower head done. I'm gonna go take it in a little bit and go test it out and see if it works.
uh-huh.
Then I'm printing those brackets out for my computer screens now. go ahead and do those out of Petgia too, since I got that full roll now.
Yeah, I think I've got a lot of my stuff that is on my printer now in bamboo green.
That's exactly what color it looks like, bamboo green.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I bought that for though, or if I just bought it. I might have just been buying filament in different colors.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there was a specific reason I bought that or not. I don't think there was, but
Yeah, it's too bright a green to actually do leaves on trees and flowers and things like that.
I mean, if you were doing like like stuff like, if you were doing stuff like JD was, like the really colorful like flowers for the gardens and stuff, that would look good on that.
Yeah.
Nice bright green like that. Like I said, I have tested a couple of items. I've gotten some real world tests that I've printed that are out of PLA 2.0 or whatever, or the
Yeah.
2 plus, and they have seemed to hold up pretty damn well in the weather and heat. So
Yeah. I think they've improved that a lot.
it's like I said, two of the prints that I gave my buddy, they've been on his back porch for months, and not in direct sunlight, but in an extreme heat. You know, that porch is hot as shit during the day.
Yeah.
And it hasn't warped them. They haven't done anything. It still look the same. I was looking at them real closely when I was over there last week of summer when we went over there to go swimming.
Yeah. Well, all
And
the plastic flowers I did for the graves at the cemetery, I did in PLA Plus, and they seem to be holding up quite well.
yeah, because everybody always made it seem like the minute you put it in sunlight, like it was just going to crumble or something. But like I said,
Yeah. And that the colour would fade. Yeah.
but like I said, I've seen a couple of what like those two. Like I said, they've been at his house for probably shit. I took them over there like a month before summer break started. So they've been over there for a good 4 months or so.
Yeah.
Now, I think definitely, I would say definitely the density probably makes a huge difference too.
Hmm.
Like, see, I could see why Lance's drone case might have warped the one that Joe did for him. Because Joe probably, I'm assuming Joe might have done it like 10 or 15%.
Yeah.
And being in a hot ass car, and probably was getting direct sunlight on it.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
assuming he was using sunlight, but
yeah, I saw a description in what's it on Amazon when I was ordering these things, and they're saying that a 1 kilogram roll is 330 meters of filament. So that's about 1,000 foot.
it's about right. That's
Yeah.
pretty far. I mean, you don't realize how much you can actually print off a roll till you start printing shit. Like, I printed that shower curtain. It looks like I barely made an indent in that roll or that
Yeah.
shower head. And it was 25% infill. That was what the guy had the file set to.
Yeah. Well, if it's 1,000 foot, that means that 1 foot of filament weighs 1 gram, near enough.
So that's the one question everybody always asks: is the filament expensive? Like, no, it's relatively cheap, and you can print a lot off of one roll. Unless you're
Yeah.
doing one big, massive ass print, you might
Yeah.
have to use multiple rolls, but most of your 90% of your standard prints, or you're not even going to use a half a roll on it.
No.
I've had a couple people that I've printed stuff for that have back when I had the Ender, and they just bought me a roll, whatever color they wanted, and then I printed it, and I just kept the rest of it.
Well, yeah.
It's a kind of a trade-off. They can go because back then a standard roll was around $20. It's gotten a little cheaper since
Yeah.
I first got the Ender. Now you can get rolls for like 12, $14 all day long.
Well, that was what I figured that would be the best thing to do if somebody at Maria's Leather Group wanted any of them things that I printed for her. That if they wanted one, all they did was basically pay for the filament. So
How much? How many grams do you think we're using to do that?
Oh no, just pay for a roll of filament, not just what they used.
Oh, I know, no, I'm saying, but how many do you think it took to make the print, though, is what I'm saying.
One of them took something like 600 grams because it was
That's a
quite
lot.
big. Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's
quite
a
big
lot.
and bulky and heavy.
So you tell them buy 2 rolls.
Yeah.
That's damn near almost a third. Yeah, almost 3/4 of the roll right there.
Yeah, 2/3. Yeah. Well, I mean, the majority of stuff that you print is going to be way less than 500 grams anyway.
Oh yeah, like the last 10 things I printed, I think the biggest one was like 110 grams or something.
Yeah.
It's the biggest print I had. And that was when I was building the drill press, only because I set the infill like at like 80%, like
Yeah.
85%, because I wanted it to be really strong.
Yeah.
Now I have noticed on Maker World too, I was going to bring this up the other night and I completely forgot. So when you go under global, right, and you go to change the infill on a print,
Uh-huh.
it won't actually register it. So you got to go to objects and do them individually on the plates.
All right.
Because what I was doing was I was going to global on some of the prints and I was testing it out. I was changing the infill, and then I would do the prepare, and I would go to the preview, and the amount of filament being used wouldn't change, and neither would the time. It was the same, even though I
Yeah.
changed the infill, it wasn't changing it. So then I went over to objects and was doing it in the individual on the plates, and then it would change it when I would go to prepare the print and get it ready to print. So I
Yeah.
guess it doesn't work in the global side, even though it allows you to change it. I guess it just doesn't register it.
I guess you've got to re-slice it again to make it take effect.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I have noticed, like I said, if you do it through the object side though, instead of global, you have to do each individual part. But it only takes
Right.
a second. You know, you click on it and go to change it.
Yeah.
Click on the next one. But
I have noticed that when I've put stuff on from the Handy app and tried to change the speed of the print, it nearly always reverts it back to standard again when you've started the print. It must just, because of
I guess,
the settings within the file, it must reset itself back to that.
well, see, the 2 prints I was trying the other day, JD, it wouldn't change it. Like I would prepare the print and it would tell me the time and it would tell me how much filament was being used, right? And so then I would go back again into prepare and I would change the density and then I would reslice it again and it wouldn't change anything. Like it would still be the same time, it'd still be the same amount of filament. But then when I did it through objects, it worked. So I don't know if maybe it was just those 2 particular prints. I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. And he said it's because whoever set up the file overrode the global settings by changing each object. Okay,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. And so, but it is still something you have to watch out for because you might change the density in global and think that it did it, and then, you know what I'm saying? It might not have done it. So that is something I still think people should watch out for when they're if they want to change it.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually do that in the Handy app anyway. You probably have to do that on Studio, don't you?
I honestly don't know. You know more about the Handy app than I do, and vice versa.
Mm,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
never use it. The only time I ever use it is when I'm setting like what colors and what type of filament is on the AMS.
Mm.
So that's the only time I ever use it. And just to check on prints if I'm not home. So
I do wish that Bamboo would put more colours in that palette though, because you can put filament in your AMS and you go to change it, and that colour just isn't there.
I know on the computer you can change it, but it's better if you do it through the app and then sync it.
Yeah.
Once that's been done, you have to change each object. Yeah, that's what I had to do the other day. And I wasn't sure because it was just the two prints I tested it on. Because I really didn't notice it. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if it's actually changing the infill. Like it just popped in my head, and I was like, let me check it. And I started doing a prepare and checking the time and the amount of filament, and I noticed it wasn't changing. And then I tried the object and ended up changing it. I don't even worry about setting the colors on the printer, to be honest. I know what color's there, so I just pick the color. I just pick whatever one whatever number it is.
Yeah.
Like if I
And
know
it's
I'm
like,
gonna put in green or white, I'll just choose green or white because I know which numbers they are.
yeah, I've had to put gold in as orange because they don't even have gold on it.
Yeah, that's what I do too, JD. He said I just leave whatever color it puts in there and just map to the colors I've loaded. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Plus, when
don't
you're in the
think I very rarely actually print something out in the colour that it's supposed to be on the file. I always change the colour.
yeah, because I noticed on the computer when you go to like on some of the stuff you go to change it from like PLA to PETG, and it won't register it until you like it just keeps showing up as like there's no PETG in there, even though you set it to it. You
Yeah.
put a roll of PETG, but then if I go on the app and I go to the AMS and I say yeah, there's PETG in slot two, and then resync it on the computer, it works fine. And then sometimes I don't have to do that. It's kind of weird sometimes, but there's a little funky shit about it that goes on. Once you learn it, you get through it pretty quickly. What's up, Lance?
Hey, Lance. And
Yeah,
JD.
before I even stopped using the filament manager just because I got tired of going through all of it, trying to adjust all the numbers and shit of what I had. I was just like, fuck it. I got a quarter looking roll of black. It's good for me.
Yeah. Oh, I
Because I
never do
was like,
anything with the filament management.
well, and then half of it they don't have like they don't have half the brands in there, or they'll have partial of the brands. Like they'll have Overture, like just say for example, they'll have like Overture PLA, but they won't have Overture PET G, so you can't put that you have a roll of Overture PET G in there, like because the
Yeah.
option isn't there. So then
I
you
think
end up
that's
having to. So what I was doing was I was putting Overture, like for Overture PET G, I would put like Overture PLA, but then I'd put in the notes it's actually PET G because they didn't have that option. So.
yeah.
I just got tired of using it. I was like, fuck it. I was constantly updating it and just got bored with it. I was like, I don't need to do all that. I either have it or I don't.
Yeah. The filament management things seems to be mostly for just they want you to reorder filaments every now and again on their system.
I mean, it is a good way of keeping track of your stuff, but it's also a lot of work if you got a lot of filament.
Yeah.
You're constantly having to say, okay, I used 180 grams of this, and you got to go in there and put it in there. And then it takes that little bit off because they'll ask you how many grams you have. Like, yeah, I just print too. I just do that now too, JD. I just print.
Yeah.
As whatever color I want. And when I go to press a print button, I pick that fucking part, that number on the AMS, and just hit the print button.
That's it. I just say, well, that might look good in this color, so I'll use this. Yeah.
And then if it's a part for something like I just really don't care about the color, I'll just look and be like, all right, white, basic whites in there, print it in that.
Mm. Like that bearded dragon that I did yesterday. I did in a multicolored one that was, I think it was blue, purple, and black. So
That's what
it changes color as you move around it.
that's what I did that fidget in yesterday was gold. It's like a gold purplish and black.
Yeah.
That's a G-Tech filament. Printed it for that kid on my book. Take to him tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got about half a dozen different multicolored ones.
I got 2 or 3 rolls of like different style, like rainbow type mixed colors.
Yeah, the rainbow one's different though, isn't it? That changes color along the length,
Yeah.
whereas a lot of the other ones actually have the 3 different colors all the way along, so that one side is one color, one side is another color.
Yeah, that purple one, that G-Tech one I have is like that. It's kind of all the colors through the whole thing. But then I got a couple of like rainbowish color type rolls that change like every so often. It'll change the color.
Yeah.
Like every 12 inches or 15 inches, it will be a different color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't updated the filament manager in probably a month and a half, 2 months. Still shows like I had to put what was it? Let me see. Yeah, so like for the Overture, like I was saying, I haven't looked at it since they've done all the updates, so they might have fixed it since then. But like I got one in there that says Overture PLA and it's green, but then I put in the notes at the bottom, this is actually PET G, which was that roll I found yesterday. But they didn't have Overture PET G in the options to pick from of what type of filament it was.
I think when I'm setting it on the on Handy app, I just put everything down as generic.
And like the gold one, like you said, like you on one of them, it was Overture PLA and it was gold. It was a silk gold, but I had to pick yellow because they didn't have the color gold. And I put in the notes, this is silk gold.
Yeah.
Is what I ended up putting there. And then the other one, again, Overture PLA, but it was actually Overture TPU. They didn't have that option for TPU. So I had to put in the notes, this is TPU.
Mm.
And it's really stupid. They have the brand name in there, but then they don't give you all the options for that brand to pick from. So it's stupid as hell.
Well,
It's like if you're gonna,
my 2 rolls of gold should be arriving today, according to Amazon. I'll have to check to see if they've sent me an email yet. Hey, Lance.
oh, you left the house this time first, so we don't have to freeze up.
Mm.
What's up, Lance?
Morning. You're both looking dapper with glasses on.
Well, I'm talking through mine, so
Scotty held on to the lead, huh?
yeah, I think so. It should be.
I think he's 2 strokes up.
Should have started by now, shouldn't
Yeah, and it sounds like they start even next week. So they changed the format. I think they changed it
Yeah.
last year.
I'm sure they did it last year. Didn't Tommy Fleetwood won it last year, didn't he?
Oh, did he? He's up there. He's got a chain. He
Yeah.
did well. But it's hard to believe someone that's 4 under is 50 back.
Yeah,
You know?
crazy, isn't it?
And the guy 6 under is like 7.
Yeah.
Lance, you and Jason need to start like an exercise thing in the morning.
Not a lot of room for error. Yeah, we do.
You guys can do like the Sunrise guys do, where you go from one show to the other. Jason can do all the stretches for everybody, and then you can do all the walks with everybody.
There you go.
Jason's been doing his live streams every morning, doing all the stretching and everything. Don't go over there if you're out of shape, though. He'll hurt your feelings for sure. Jason be going over there, man. He just fucking going to town on that pull-up bar, dude.
Look. Yeah, he's got a 2-shot lead over Sam Burns and Sanjay. And they tee off at 18:40. And it's now 15:20. So another three and a bit hours before the leaders tee off.
It's freaking chilly in this room.
Yeah, Fleetwood's 4th, isn't he? On 8 under. 5 shots back.
Yeah, I think Spieth is 4 under, and he's like 54th.
I got a phone call. I'll be back in a sec.
So he's not going to make the cut if he doesn't improve.
Yeah, he's got to be in top 50 to get through.
Yeah. I'm partial to Spieth because he won the U.S. Open in 2015 here at Chambers Bay.
Well, Matt Fitzpatrick is 4 under and he's tied 19th.
So what's Spieth?
I'm back.
Jordan Spieth is tied 19th as well, 4 under.
He is?
Yeah.
They showed like 53rd yesterday.
Tees off at 5 to 5. So in 70. So an hour and a half.
6, 7, 8, 9. There's enough light at 9 o'clock when he's done.
Well, what's it? Scheffler and him don't tee off until 1840 our time, so that would be 10:40 your time.
Hey,
What's
Justin, I
18?
got a question. I got a question for you, Justin.
But
Is there a way to transfer pictures off of my cell phone onto my computer?
yeah,
How do you do that? Just plug it in or what?
you plug it in and then go to your drives, and it will come up as a drive. So like, let me show you here. So you see right here on the side,
Yep.
when you plug your phone in, it's going to come up like you see my S22 here.
Yep.
And I have my A30 and then the S23 and all that crap. So when I plug them in, they come up right here as drives. And then you can click on it, and then all your stuff will come up.
But what program do I use?
Don't use a program. You just plug your phone in and then pull up your files. Go to your files on the
I
computer.
plugged my phone in.
Yeah,
Alright.
go into your pictures.
What kind of phone do you have, Paul? iPhone or Android?
Android.
No, it's Android.
You just go down to your taskbar and click on your files and come up, and all your drives will be right there on the side. Why are you trying to take?
Do I go to
pictures?
picture file or what do I go to?
You just go to your files and then click on the cell phone, and then it should have all your files right there, all your pictures and everything. Why are you trying to get pictures off your phone?
Oh, so I wanted to show them to you.
All right.
We don't want to see them.
Oh.
It
Too much
didn't
work.
work.
Too much work.
What is
Well,
this?
I plugged the cell phone into the computer.
And
And
does it show? Does it say Android, Samsung, or whatever the name of your phone is?
well, what would I be looking under?
On the left-hand side, you'll get another drive. It'll say Android or Samsung or whatever you know.
Or other device or something stupid like that.
Yeah, so right now, like if you look, my son's phone's hooked to it. It says my name, but it says 22 Ultra. That shows all the stuff that's on there.
And then you click on it and it shows all the folders. You need to find the folder
Yeah.
that the pictures are in. My Galaxy is kind of hidden. I've got to click on files. I've got, it's buried. I've got to go find them. It's not
Thomas's old.
super easy.
Yeah, I got Thomas's old phone plugged in here.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get an iPhone 17. My daughter's wanting me to get iPhone. I don't know. I'm liking my Galaxy, but she wants to be able to FaceTime with me.
You can still FaceTime from a Galaxy to
Yeah,
app.
you can. FaceTime or even WhatsApp will work fine on any.
But my thing is though, is either if you're gonna either be Mac, be Mac. If you're gonna be Android and PC, do that. Because the thing is like the compatibility between an Android and a Windows computer is like an Apple phone and an iMac. So stick with one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when you got an Apple phone and a PC, it's a bitch moving stuff back and forth between the two of them. Where an Android is just like an Apple with an iMac, it just connects, boom. You just can move your stuff back and forth seamlessly, no problem. If you already got a PC and that's what you're used to, just stick with your Android. Plus, you already know Android too, so
Yeah.
Can you
What's
see
the
my
new-
screen?
No.
S26, I think, is the newest one.
What's the newest Android?
I think it's the S26.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
How many cameras does that one have? 3?
3 in the back, and then obviously your forward-facing camera.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the little files at the bottom. Where it says file, the little file logo at the bottom of your taskbar there. See where your taskbar's at?
I keep blacking out.
It doesn't show that on our screen. I think there it goes.
Mm.
Where
That
do I
little-
find the files?
Down at the bottom on your taskbar, you see the little file.
It
emblem?
says audio, video, participants, chat, share, pause, layout, antidote.
Oh, you're looking at Zoom. Look at your
Yeah.
taskbar at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Where your Windows button and all that is. See a little file down there at the very, very bottom. Keep going way down. It's at the very bottom of your screen, a little file. It's right next to where Google's at.
Down here?
Yeah, but over where the little file thing is.
It's yellow.
Yeah. A little
Yellow
yellow file.
folder.
It was right next to that.
As soon as I come off of that, it blacks out. Do you see it? Blacking out?
Yeah. Just looks like I can see your screen just fine.
Mhm.
You got some weird ass hardware issue going.
Right here?
Yes. Click that. Open that up. And it should show you on the side where your drives are at. It should come up. Which we're not going to be able to see. Oh, yeah, right there. Now scroll down on that side box.
Where? Over here.
The side box where it says gallery and all that. Scroll down on that. No. The little box on the side where the home and all that is. I see your screen flat doing some weird flashing shit. I don't know what's going on. That's like I said, you got some kind of hardware issue going on with your computer on that. It's either, and I don't think it's the cable or monitor, only for the simple fact that you said when it goes black, you can hit the Control Alt Delete and the task manager pops up. If it was the screen or the cord, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
It's a video issue, video driver issue, I'm sure.
I think there's video cards going out.
Yeah.
Exactly what I think. And there is no, he's going to run into that same issue you did, Lance, where he's got that little 512 megabyte fucking video card and they haven't made a driver for that thing since 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem Lance had. Lance's editing program was telling him he had to update the driver for his video card, but they hadn't made it. So I think it was like what 2017 was last year. I said when I looked it up. They
Yeah.
tried to find it.
Yep.
So there was no updating. Lance just had to get a new computer. It was too out of date.
Well, Lance, there are 52 players at 1 over. And better.
1 over?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's 4 of them on 2 over.
I could have swore I saw
What's up,
Justin
Randy?
speak at 4-under and he was 53rd yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's 4 over that's 53rd.
Anyway, If I get some way to fix it, I'll fix it. But let me just show you the pictures that I wanted to.
No, thank you.
Yeah, see, Randy, I was telling, that's what I was telling Lance yesterday, because he's got like a Note 9 or Note 8 or something. And he was
Yeah.
asking how much to replace the screen. I said, dude, that ain't even worth it on that old ass phone. And that's what I told him. I said, just go get the latest phone and you're good for 7 years. You ain't gotta worry about it.
And I called the place that fixes the phones in my city, and they wanted $2.25. And I thought,
Wow.
save $25. No, I'm not gonna
Do you
get a
see
fix
it?
to turn it in.
Yeah, Grant, too. Yeah, the horse carriage.
Okay, let me.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, if it was like an S24, S25, I'd say, yeah, it's worth fixing. But not that old of a phone. Yeah, it's a waste of money.
Anyway, I just about ran off the road when I saw that.
Mm.
And there was a big funeral up north of me.
Oh, it was a,
No, it's a hearse.
oh,
was a
yeah,
hearse.
yeah. I just realized that. I thought it was just like a tourist
It's all
thing.
glass sides.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, we've got one of them over here that some guy brings round in a big wagon with the horse in and the glass sided carriage. And he rents it out to various different funeral homes and various places.
There's the driver and 2 horses.
They're as sad as the funeral party.
Hmm.
That's the last one, I think. But Lance, Randy said you could get the S25 at a discount. I have an S25 Ultra, and it's pretty much the same processor as a 26 Ultra, Snapdragon 8 Elite.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, anywhere from, depending on, at 880 to 1,000, depending on whether.
But you're going to go from a Note to the latest Ultra, dude. You're going to notice a huge difference in quality. You'll be impressed with it. Trust me.
Yeah, the speed will be miles better. The picture
My
quality
brother-
will be better. The camera quality will be immense.
Yeah, because I'm honestly surprised you were even still using a Note, because that means they haven't. I mean, you were using a device that old is somewhat dangerous because they don't do security support for that anymore. So technically, your phone had probably been vulnerable for quite a while. Where because they stopped doing, they only support those phones up to 7 years now. Apple and Android, that's all they do, 7 years. And then they stopped doing security updates, all that stuff for them. So at that point, you're pretty much running on an old Android operating system that really doesn't have any security.
And my T-Mobile
Careful.
guys said that they could transfer my apps on my Android to the Apple if I chose to go that direction.
I wouldn't go Apple only because you're pretty much using PC. You're already familiar with Android. You might as well just stick.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day, but that's just my opinion on it.
Do you know anyone that has the Fold?
Nah.
Lon used to have it. I don't know whether he still has or not. Lon.
But you're talking about another $500 though, Lance.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, those are about 14 to 18. I think they're like 14 to 1600, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to spend that kind of money, but
I don't think I want a Fold. My older brother has one.
I've never had one, but like I have watched them as they've come out over the years, and they have gotten significantly better with each model. As far as especially the durability on the screens have gotten a lot better over the years.
Mm.
Yeah, he
And we
had,
can and you can only be glad that fucking Samsung actually stuck with it, because these days a lot of companies, they'll come out with a really cool product like that, and then it doesn't do so hot the first time around, and then they just give up. But Samsung has stuck with it, and they've really worked on it and really
Yeah.
improved on it over the years. I did. Yeah, let me look up the prices on let me see what a fold costs, 'cause I want to say they're around 1,400. The latest Galaxy Fold. Oh no, they're fucking $1,900, almost
wow.
$2,000. Yeah, it does depend on your lifestyle, whether you want that Ultra, I agree, or that Z Fold. I wouldn't have one if I was like working in construction and shit. 'Cause you're liable to break that bitch easy. You're doing like a really labor intensive job, I'd be afraid to have a phone that expensive.
Job? What's that? Job?
Yeah, Lance ain't got to worry about that. Worst thing he's got to worry about is dropping on the couch pillow.
Into my glass of milk and cookies.
Or tripping over when he walks. Yeah.
What's up, Randy?
Hi, Randy.
Morning, Randy.
And so for the S26 Ultra, you're looking at roughly $1,000, just around a little over 1,000.
What up?
So yeah, you're looking at like a $900 difference almost, Lance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my S25 Ultra was like $1,500 alone, so that Z Fold's gonna be 2,000 plus.
Now
So why is-
T-Mobile is offering a 24-month plan right now for $62 a month, which you have. That's who you're with.
So why is Android so much more expensive than Apple?
Because they're better.
Well,
Easy answer.
Apple's not really much cheaper, but Android also has a lot more models than Apple does too. Like Apple doesn't have a Z Fold type phone or anything like that. Like
And is that
Samsung
Android
has.
256 or is it 512 or is
Yeah,
it?
they don't do less than 256 now. I think that's the minimum now.
I have the 512 version. The
Yeah,
Let me
one
so
look.
that's a couple hundred more than the 256, I think,
Is
isn't
the
it?
minimum
yeah,
storage.
the 1 TB one was just ridiculously expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I have a 256 on my 23, and it's not. Yeah, I haven't even ever filled up. I've barely gotten to half the memory. So
Yeah, I've got 256 on my iPhone 11.
storage on Samsung. Because I want to say 256 is the lowest you can get now.
Yeah, it is. That's what they were telling me. 256 is the smallest they make.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you'd be fine with that, Lance. To be honest.
But that's what I want, a 256. I don't want less.
yeah, I guess the Galaxy is a little more than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Starts at 11. Hold on, the 1 TB's $15.99. It's about the same price for the iPhone 17 Pro Max for the 512 GB. It's $13.99. That's basically what I spent for mine.
Okay.
Yeah, Lance could get the 256 for around $1,000.
And if you get the S25 Ultra, is basically the same damn thing as the 26 Ultra. They didn't increase the battery. They didn't increase the processor. It's the
The
same.
the only advantage you would get by getting the 26 really, when you look at the specs and everything, is you're going to get 1 extra year of support. That's it.
Right, and it's
Yeah.
7 years. The 25 gets 7 years. So
Yeah. All of them do 7 years, even Apple does now. So it's pretty much 7 years from the point they release it. So it's technically end of life as far as updates go. But you can still use it past that point because fucking Lance was using like a Note 8, Randy.
man,
This sucker is a snail.
cheap
And I think I've got 64 memory, but I've got an SD card for external.
Man, 64 gigs.
That's like
Yeah.
3 apps.
Yeah.
Dude, that was huge back in the day though. I remember when the 64 gig
Oh,
phones came out.
anytime an app comes out or he needs an app, he's like, all right, which ones can I delete?
Which ones am I deleting? Yep, exactly.
Dude, I have like over 100 apps on my phone, and it's never told me storage is getting full or anything.
Let me look at my phone, dude, and see how much storage I've used. Because I've never even gotten barely to half my
The only
storage.
thing I don't like about this phone though is it does not have a slot for an SD card. You can only use the onboard storage.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
But shit, 512 gigs, that's plenty for me. I drop all my pictures to my computer like
Yeah.
once a month anyway.
I've used 198 gigabytes out of 256, and like 3/4 of that is apps. I've got less than 8 gigabytes of photos, and there must be about 10,000 photos on it.
Yeah, and with using the internal memory for extra RAM speed, that's still kind of up in the air whether that shit actually works or not. But I do have it set to 12 gigs, where it takes an extra 4 gigs from your phone's memory, puts it towards RAM. I'm only using 50. I'm exactly at 50% of my phone storage. So I got 128 gigs free. And if I went and started deleting photos and videos, which I probably got a shit ton on my phone that's stupid, I could get rid of, I probably could free up 20, 30 gigs right there.
I'm at 305 for 512. And then 51% of memory used. What?
So you would be over on Justin's phone.
What do you got, Justin? 256?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at
But I'm
3.
also using 4 extra gigs towards the virtual RAM because you can set it to 12 gigs
Mm-hmm.
if you want up to 12.
I think
Which
that's
just
what
makes
mine
it
set at
faster.
too.
But like I said too, like if you really go through your phone and you start clearing out videos and pictures and shit, dude, you could probably clear out a lot of that. Because I guarantee you probably got a lot of videos and photos
Yeah.
throughout your phone.
I have a lot of 4K videos on my phone that I could delete and probably clear up freaking 200 gigabytes.
Oh yeah, easy. That's why I say I've never even gotten close to filling up my phone. Because by the time I clean it out, it will go back down to like 40% used, 35% used. I think for somebody like Lance, 256 would be plenty for him. But I remember when 128 came out, that was like a big deal. It's like, oh my God, that's so much memory.
Yeah. 128 gigabytes. Good Lord, I'll never use all that.
It was like when Xbox 360 came out and it was like a 500 gigabyte hard drive. You're like, holy shit.
You looking
Now
forward to the GTA release, Justin?
No, because I don't really have a gaming system
Yeah,
besides
so
my
it's not gonna
computer.
be up next year.
I'm not going out and spending $600-700 on a fucking Xbox or a PlayStation to play in one game.
No,
Fuck
my wife has a PS5. Oh, I got a PS4, so I could probably play it on that.
I had a Wii. collecting dust.
Ooh wee wee. Now the Wii is fun. I like bowling, golfing, and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good family console.
A lot of people will buy Nintendo though. They get bored with it really quick. It's like it happens every time Nintendo releases a system. Like 6 months later, dude, all the pawn shops and the game stores get flooded with fucking used systems. I mean, they'll get
What's
to a point
popular?
sometimes that some pawn shops will stop taking them because they'll get too many of them in.
What's the popular game? Is it the PlayStation?
PlayStation's the most popular
By
out of
far.
the.
By far.
Well, I would say Nintendo's in a whole different league of their own. Their following is a whole different cult following.
Well,
But
yeah,
definitely between Xbox and PlayStation, PlayStation definitely owns the market right now.
PlayStation wipes the floor with Xbox. Like damn near putting them out of business.
And PlayStation still holds the record for most systems sold when the
PS2.
PS2 was
Yeah.
yeah, it was like what 130 million
It was a
PlayStation
lot.
2s or something crazy like that.
And I
It
know
might have been like 200 million or something. It was a lot, though.
the highest selling Xbox was the 360, and I had one, and they were good until they got the ring of death. But Xbox literally spent like $1 billion replacing all them systems.
You know what's funny though is I used to get those back in the day, and a lot of times it was just the thermal paste was bad on them.
Right.
And that wasn't always the case, but there was a big majority of them that if you just opened it up and cleaned the processor off and put a fresh thermal paste on it, it would stop thermal throttling, and then it would work fine. The error would go away and it would run fine.
I
A lot
remember
of times it was thermal throttling is what was causing it.
I remember playing the UFC game when it first came out for Xbox 360. That game was pretty badass.
Oh, good God.
But
I've got 1,900 songs, 523 videos, and 23,147 photos.
Damn, it's time to
photos, yeah, photos don't really take up a lot of space as the videos that do.
Nah.
You can
Well,
store quite a few photos.
The videos and photos are only taking up 8 gigs.
Oh yeah, so you must have done them in like a high resolution then. Like my phone could, like the Samsungs, they do up to 8K, I think, don't they?
Yeah, mine does 8K.
Yeah, I think mine does. I honestly hardly ever use my camera, to be honest with you.
8K 30.
I don't take a lot of pictures.
Dude, my camera has the 100 times zoom, and it goes all the way up to 30 times optical.
Yeah, mine does 100 times zoom. It used to do 108 back in the day. And then they changed it because they said people were zooming in on people's windows from far away. Remember that whole controversy like 7-8 years ago?
Yeah, that's like what about a fucking telescope? I mean, you're zooming a lot farther with a telescope than you can a phone.
The one cool one though, the feature that they have is director's view. That one's really cool because you can use both cameras at the same time.
Yeah, I like that. So you can film yourself while you're recording whatever you're recording.
Right. You get both perspectives on the same recording, which is really nice.
Yeah, I like that. Which phone do you got?
This one's the 23, but I got a 22 too.
23.
That's an app, or is that part of the software for the phone?
That's part of the software for the camera. It's built into the camera settings. And then Samsung also has extra shit you can download. Like there's a whole like raw photo app you can download just for doing like raw videos and photos and shit. Like it's, I guess, some kind of, I don't know. I'm not into all that shit, but
so
there's like an expert raw app you can download.
South Florida drone meetup, Seattle to Orlando, $1,500. I can get to Portugal for 2 tickets for that price.
And here's a brand new A series too. I have.
Yeah, I have a brand new A15
I think
5G.
this is A35 or something. I can't remember which one this is. A something. I got it for like $40 at Walmart. It was actually pretty cheap, but it's a good mid-tier phone. I mean, it's a good backup phone to have.
Yeah, definitely good to have a backup.
The 22 is my son. That was my old phone.
He uses it.
I got insurance on mine. If I lose mine or it's totally destroyed, I think I pay like $200 and they'll replace it.
Well, that's what I was telling Lance yesterday because he was like, "How much you think it costs to do a screen on that Note?" And I was like, "Dude, Samsung screens are expensive. I'd say minimum $200."
Better off buying a new phone.
And I told him that's what I was saying. Like, if it was like an S23, 24, anything that old or newer, I would say it's definitely worth fixing. Because even an S22, if you buy it used, you're going to pay at least $300-$400 for that phone.
Right.
So those ones would be worth fixing the screen, but anything older than that, hell no, it's not worth it. You might as well just trash the damn phone. And that's because Samsung is the only one that manufactures the screens for their phones, where Apple, you can get a lot of third party hardware for their stuff. There's a lot of companies out there that make screens for their stuff.
You know, that's the one that's probably one of the main things I love about this phone is the display. Samsung makes the best fucking displays. Like it's super. I don't have no trouble seeing the picture in the middle of the sunlight or anything. It's got that anti-glare glass.
If Samsung would work with Google and use their sensors and their cameras, oh, dude, Samsung's cameras would be the top because the one good thing about the Google Pixel phones is their sensors, Google sensors are the best
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to camera phones. Like they can't be beat on their sensors, but the rest of their phone is, yeah, not the best.
I wish Samsung would do something with the freaking battery life. Like you're buying a flagship phone and you're getting a battery from their standard lineup. You know what I mean? Like even the prepaid phones have the 5,000 mile battery. They need to up it
Yeah.
because it literally, I go throughout the day and by like 7, 8 o'clock at night, my phone's on like 10% about to die.
Yeah, they really need to they need to try to cram like a 10,000 in them things.
At least like a 7,200, 7,000, something like that. Anything's better than 5,000. They've been using that same 5,000 battery for like the last 5 years, maybe longer than that.
That's one thing Samsung has always, that was their one shortfall, I would say, in their phones is their batteries were always like, 'cause
Yeah,
they
it's
had a lot of problems with their batteries over the years as well.
definitely not the best battery. I even got my phone on battery saver, and sometimes it's at like 10% at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's why I carry that Anchor, that 10,000 milliamp Anchor charger. That's why I carry that in my backpack on the bus, just in case I got to throw my phone on the charger. Because some days, I use it more than others and it dies a little quicker.
Right.
So, and you just look at the quality of these fucking portable chargers, right? Like, let me pull it out and I'll show it to you.
All them Anchor ones are nice.
No, I know, and they're compact too for the size of them. Oh, where's it at? There it is. Like this one here, this is 10,000 milliamp, and it charges 25 watts, up to 25 watts. So it does super fast charging. And it's got USB-C and USB 3 on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that right there Sarah's mom went to Walmart and bought some cheap ass off brand one, dude. And it's like, and she just bought it recently, and it's like 4 times the size of this motherfucker, and it's the same size battery.
That's great. Anchor has recently they've come out with a lot of cool stuff. They have charging cables that have displays on the cable.
Oh, I love their cables, dude. That's the only cables I buy, dude. See, look, Anchor, their Anchor braided cables, the 6-foot ones are the best, dude. These things will last forever.
That's what my mic cord is a Anchor cord.
I buy the 6-foot braided ones, and they're cheap too. You can get like 2 of them for like, sometimes you can get them as low as like $10. You can get 2 of them.
Yeah, and anybody next time the Anchor 100-watt charger goes on sale, I'd get one. They're like $20 when they go on sale, and you can't beat the 100-watt Anchor charger. It'll charge your phone up in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can charge my phone twice off of that if it's fully dead. JD said I have the Galaxy A14 batteries on its last days. Phone cost me $1. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the A series phones. It's their mid-tier phones. There's nothing wrong with them.
There is. They're good phones, but they lag. You get them for about 6 months and they start lagging and glitching, and it's just a pain in the ass. But
I mean, they're a good budget phone for sure,
Right.
though.
If you're not doing anything but like occasional browsing the internet, using your Facebook app, calling and texting, they're not bad, but they don't have very
That's why. What's up, man? That's why I've always said though, like, I always laugh when people will try to argue with you that I can't believe you spent $900 on a cell phone, and I'm like, once you go from a cheap cell phone to a flagship, you'll never want to go back
it's worth it.
at all.
You don't even need to get the flagship like the Galaxy S26 regular is still pretty freaking badass.
Well, the S series alone is flagship, but like I said, well, if you go to that, you'll think like Logan said, I got an A15, it works really good. You'll think it works good, then you'll go to like an S25 or something, and you'll be like, holy shit, you'll notice a night and day difference just in quality. But I'm not dogging on his phone or nothing. I'm just saying you will notice a difference.
Oh
If
yeah,
you've never
my
had one.
phone has no lag. I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom.
Because you went from a cheap phone to the S series just recently, right?
Yeah, I went from the A15 5G, which is like I think it's, if you buy it outright, it's like 150, $200.
It's $200 phone.
And it was just horrible. And it worked good when I first got it. Like it was nice when I first got it. But after about 6 months, a year of using it, it glitches so bad. It's almost unusable. But yeah,
Well,
going to this phone, it's night and day difference.
and you'll know you don't really notice how bad a phone is until you get a new one.
Right. Just a
You
couple
really will.
seconds you're waiting for like your app to load or what.
And
Even
you're just used to that.
right.
Yeah.
You're used to it, so you don't know what you're missing. Definitely
I
worth
really, yeah, and I don't dog people for having cheaper phones because some people just can't afford it. But see, that's why I always stay a few generations behind because I'll save up $300, $400, $500. I'll just buy the phone outright.
right. I had never owned like uh uh a S series phone. I've always owned like cheaper Android phones, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna be live streaming like in the field, sometimes when I'm flying, and I just wanted something that was reliable and I mean, it had a pretty strong processor. So I
Yeah,
was
you'll
like,
never go back. I guarantee that.
oh no, no.
Printed an ashtray with a bowl catcher last night. Works great. Also, nice. I've been smoking Cubans on mine. Well, Cubans from Honduras. Okay, my dad and some of my uncles and some of his buddies back in the day were big cigar smokers, and they got Cubans, and they always used to say it was just really more. They were more hyped up than anything because it was like the cigar you couldn't get because of the embargo, but a lot of people would still get them. But they said they weren't really like all that great.
Mhm.
I don't know though. I'm not a huge cigar smoker, so I'm not into them like that. I like to have a black and mild once in a while, but something like that. But
I used to smoke cigars. Boy, it's been probably 20 years since I've had a cigar. I say smoke, heck,
Hmm.
3 times a year. But just haven't.
see, my dad was really big into cigars. Like he would go to this place in Vegas at this, I think it was at the Venetian or the Bellagio, one of them, and they had a really nice cigar shop in there. And my dad would spend like $100 for one cigar.
Wow.
Like he bought really expensive ones. He was really into smoking cigars back in the day. He didn't buy cheap ones from the gas station, you know. I mean, are they good cigars, Al? Like, if they were on the world's market with everybody else's, would they be the top tier? That's all. I'm just curious because I don't know.
I just smoked a black and mild yesterday.
Yeah, see, I love having a black and mild once in a while.
It was
Usually,
a wine flavored one.
yeah, usually when we go to the pool parties, I'll usually stop and grab one on the way.
Yeah, I was at a friend's like funeral type deal. I smoked one.
Wait, no, that wasn't George Bush. That was Bill Clinton. I never inhaled.
I did not inhale.
I did not have sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I am wearing her panties.
I did not inhale. I did not clean myself on that woman's dress.
Have you guys seen The Hawk on Netflix?
Why
Yeah.
does that sound familiar? Let me look.
It's got what's his name in it. It is funny. It's
Think I-
high school humor.
Let me look on it up. You said it's on Netflix?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the new one with Will Ferrell.
yeah, Will Ferrell. Yeah, it's
No, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it was funny.
you need to watch it. Some of the stuff he wears is just a hoot. I'm not going to tell you, but when you see it, you're going to say, "That's what Lance was talking about."
Dude, anybody that's in FPV knows that the 04 Pro Air units have been like $300 for like the past year and a half, ever since DJI's pretty much been off the market. Like you can't access their website. You can, but everything's out of stock. But they've been like $300. And I was on Amazon when they originally came out, they were $229. I was on Amazon, it was about a week and a half ago, and Amazon had them for $229 overnight delivery.
Did you jump on it or?
Yeah, I got one. Hell yeah. Should have got a couple, but I don't have $500 just laying around to spend on some air units.
I
But I
feel you, that's
bought-
expensive just for one.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna pass it up because I did the price history, and like 3 weeks ago they were $289.
I remember doing that back in the day, Al, rolling blunts with Phillies, big fat Philly cigars. Came in the plastic tube.
Remember the White Owls?
Oh yeah.
Used
See,
to roll
and
blunts.
then it was different on the East Coast versus the West Coast, right? On the West Coast, everybody used the big old fat Phillies, where on the East Coast, everybody used like the White Owls,
The Swisher
and,
Sweets.
yeah, the real skinny ones. They would use the real small cigars, the real
Yeah.
skinny small ones.
I would use the Phillies, but they were so harsh. It's like, man, these are nasty. Then the White House started coming out with the flavored ones. It's like, okay,
Oh yeah, then they can't start coming out with all the wraps and everything and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Yeah, now they got the cones and all that crap now.
Justin's gonna go out and buy a box. He's starting to salivate.
Oh no, I never smoked those for that. We were talking about people used to roll weed in them. Nobody actually bought those cigars, I don't think, ever to really actually smoke them. Not that I ever
No,
saw.
I never know anybody to buy them to smoke them. It
I never,
probably had
never
grass
saw
come
that.
out from under the lawnmower inside of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody that ever just bought a Philly from the gas station just to smoke it. Like if you were gonna smoke a big fat cigar like that, you went and got a good one from somewhere.
Right. If you ever roll up in like Wawa parking lot or Rural Farms
Red Corvette
and
just went
you
screaming
see
by.
and you see a pile of tobacco on the ground, you know what they were doing.
Oh yeah, dude. There was two people actually last week. I stopped in Wawa on the way to work, like 4 in the morning, and they're over on the other side of the parking lot. And I pull up next to them, and they're sitting there rolling a blunt. Little did they know there was about 10 sheriff's deputies sitting in the tables on the other side of the building.
Right.
I was like, man, you guys are stupid. I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
man, if they walk over here, you're gonna be in trouble.
It's still illegal in Florida, right?
Well, it's medical, but you can't. I don't think you're allowed to be smoking in the car though. You have to
No,
be at
no, no.
home.
You can't do any drug or alcohol while you're driving. But you can roll it in the car. You just can't. Well, I don't know. I know you're not allowed to have an open container in the car,
I
but
think they kind of treat it like alcohol. Like you can have it to transport it, but you shouldn't have it like open it out while you're driving.
right,
You know.
right. I know in Maryland now they cannot search your vehicle on the smell of marijuana alone.
Yeah, but those see the only problem with those laws though is the thing is cops can come up behind you and they can get you for 30 infractions in 5 minutes. And it's just stupid little shit that normally a cop isn't going to look at because everybody does it.
Every,
You might have swerved a little bit, you might
Mhm.
have went over the line for a second, no big deal, you know, but that's going to give him his secondary reason to pull you out of the car
Right.
right
People
there.
break the law every time they drive and don't even realize it. Like,
Right, and that's how they're going to get around that law. That's the loophole. They're going
yeah,
to say, "Well, you didn't stop for the full 5 seconds at that stop sign back there, and it smells like weed in your car." Okay, now I have two reasons to pull you out.
right. The canine is a quick and easy way to get them inside of your car because they all they gotta do is say, well, he alerted to the smell of drugs in your car. Now we gotta search it. How do you know? Did he whisper it in your ear? I mean,
Is it
just
illegal in Maryland, Randy?
yes, it's legal recreationally.
But the only problem is, though, in a lot of states, is because it's still federally not recognized. A lot of businesses don't accept like medical marijuana cards. They don't accept the fact that it's recreational. So if they still want to drug test you for a job and you don't pass, a lot of jobs still won't give you a job because of that.
Yeah, my job don't even test for it anymore.
Yeah, like a lot of companies have given up on it, but there's still some like definitely my job, you would get in trouble because it's not federally recognized and they follow. I don't fall under DOT because I'm not a driver, but the drivers do. They have to be drug tested all the time. I don't have to. I just got my one initial drug test when I got hired.
Yeah, anytime you're working for, I mean, like the government or the county government, local government, or anybody that subcontracts off of them, they're gonna test you for
Right.
pretty
And they
much
don't
everything.
accept medical marijuana cards or any of that shit.
Right, because they don't want you doing it, period.
But then there's some companies that might be like, say, Target, for example. Target might still want a drug test for it, and they don't give a two shits if you have a medical marijuana card. And they might tell you that when they go to hire you. and all of a sudden you pop positive for it, they're gonna be like, well, it's not federally recognized. We don't have to. Now, unless the state steps in and say companies have to accept it, which I think there's a couple states that have done that.
They just raised the sales tax on marijuana in Maryland. It was 9% sales tax. Now it's 12%.
What's up, Ed?
But if you got your medical card, you don't pay no tax. And you get to go to, like, say you go into the dispensary and you check in under recreational. And then you've been sitting there waiting for 5 minutes and somebody walks in that's medical and they check in, they'll let them go in front of you. Even though you've been waiting for 5-10 minutes.
That's why I don't understand why when Trump took it from a class 1 to a class 3, you might as well just went ahead and pushed for Congress to go ahead and just legalize it, be done with it. Like class 3 is nothing.
Right.
Like you might as well just take it off the list altogether and just let Congress vote on it and be done with it. Let the states make their own decision on that.
Yeah. Classify it, same thing you do as alcohol. Because have you
Yeah.
ever heard anybody getting high and beating their wife or getting high and swerving and killing somebody? I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but you don't hear about it because it's not as prevalent.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that getting high and driving, I'm not going to try to argue that because it's an impairment to a certain point.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I still don't think that's a good idea to be doing that.
No.
But it's definitely not like crack or meth where you're going to be robbing your grandma to pay for your next fix. You're not going to, like, dude, at least 4 of my uncles have smoked marijuana every day since I was a kid. And they've all had their same jobs for years. A couple of them are retired now. Like it didn't affect them in their livelihood
Right.
of paying their bills, going to work, taking care of their kids. Like it didn't affect them. They still did what they had to do. Like it wasn't like being on meth or something. You know?
Only side effects of marijuana smoking is hungry, happy, sleepy.
Well, it's just
I
like
don't-
drinking, guys. It's just like drinking. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, hot dog.
Glizzy gobbler.
Hot dog.
Look at this glizzy gobbler.
But I don't think marijuana is this cure-all thing like some people try to put out there though about it.
No,
It
I
does
don't
help
know.
with certain things, but there's some people that try to go overboard with it. Oh, it's good for this. Man, it's got a few things it's really good for. It's not this cure-all thing. It's not this magic fucking plant.
But
It's
the
not
adverse
cure-all.
effects of smoking it kind of contradict or whatever the good effects. You know what I mean?
And honestly, if you really want to be more, I guess, healthier with it, the best way to do it is do edibles because when you're smoking,
Gummies.
you're still taking in carbon monoxide.
And it's
That's not
it's a
good.
different feeling too. It's a different high when you on edibles.
Because smoking it isn't good for you because you're still taking in carbon monoxide, and it
Right.
depends on what you're smoking it with. If you're smoking blunts, you're smoking that cigar paper. If you're smoking joints, you're smoking that cigarette paper. There is, some stuff that comes off of that that's not good for you.
Yeah, you tell them, Justin. You tell them.
I think the healthiest way, in my opinion, if you're going to consume it, is to do edibles.
Yeah, Justin, listen to hot dog.
Edibles or a
Cup.
tincture or tonic. You know what I mean? Something like that. Consumable.
Gummy bears and chocolate tie is good, bro.
We know how Ed likes his gummy bears.
Because I know people that just smoke marijuana. They never even smoke cigarettes, but they got a smoker's cough from it because they smoke it every day and they were smoking cigars or blunts or smoking blunts or like joints and it does, you can get a smoker's cough from it over the years from smoking it. Like my one uncle, he never smoked cigarettes or anything, but he smoked weed every day. And he was always coughing in the morning when he'd get up. You'd hear him coughing from it. He did have a smoker's cough from it.
He was coughing and puffing. So, how's everybody doing this morning?
Yeah, it's going.
Hankering. I'm hankering.
I don't know, this morning ended hours ago.
I know. I'm sorry, Mark. Good afternoon.
Got the shower head done. I just gotta go test it out later. A little
All
bit.
right. All
See if
right.
it
Hey,
works.
Drew, for a chili dog. Can you help me out? Can you help a friend out?
Oh, chili. No, you want chili fries, not chili dog.
I remember doing that too, Al, with the bongs. Yeah, put nice in it. I had a big old 4 foot green neon one, big old tall one, dude. You had to get up on a step stool to use it.
Too bad, Justin. Too bad you can't put LEDs on those on that shower thing.
I mean, technically you could. They have to be waterproof LEDs, but
That would be cool.
I'm just curious to see how well it works. I mean, it's strong as shit because I did it out of Pet G, and the infill on the file was 25%. Is what they had it set to.
Are you gonna try naked or with clothes on?
No, I'm just gonna go in there and put it on the thing and turn it on just to see what it how it does. Because I want to check the water flow on it, and if it's not really that good, I'm gonna take those little micro drill bits I have and kind of just open the holes up a little bit more on them. But I'm gonna test it out just the way it printed, just to see how well it does. But no, it printed like channels through it and everything, so it should channel the water pretty. It should build up some decent pressure inside of it.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's strong as shit, dude. I grabbed it and tried to like bend it, and it doesn't move. It's solid. Yeah, I had that bong for years, man. I had a big old 4 footer, man. You'd have to have somebody light it at the bottom for you.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I remember
Yeah,
one time. Yeah.
I was gonna say it had an auto lighter when I first got it. You push the little button at the top, but then it broke out after a while, and then you had to have somebody. You couldn't light it unless somebody else was with you
Yeah.
because you couldn't reach it.
Unless you got like orangutan arms.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy made a gravity bong where you take a 5 gallon bucket of water and like a 2 liter or 3 liter soda bottle and you cut the end of it off and you stick it tail end first in the water, take a bowl head, melt the cap and push it through. And so when you hold a lighter to it and pull it up, it pulled the water being sucked out of the 2 liter bottle, pulls smoke into the bottle. You know what I'm talking about? We made one time, and my buddy, you pull it up, and I mean, 2 liter bottle's full of smoke. You take the cap off, and you take it like this
You
and push
just
down,
sucked it. Yeah.
and the water forces the smoke up out of the top and into your lungs. Well, he was doing it one time. I shoved his head down. He came up, wobbled a little bit, and just started throwing his guts up.
It
Oh
was
shit.
just 0.2, JD, if you're asking about the shower head.
Dude, a gravity bong will put you on your ass.
I didn't change anything in it. I just did it the way the guy set the file. And he had it set to 25% infill.
See, GD, Justin's gonna try it later, naked, and then he's gonna let you know if it works. It doesn't work. If it works, then you can sell that at your website, bro.
How do I need to be naked to test it?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. You know,
Oh,
usually that's what happens when you jump in the shower.
my biggest thing is, here, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, just ask
Is
me and all
I
the
don't-
videos I've shown you guys.
My biggest concern is how well, because I got plumber's tape, so I can do all the threads and everything and give it a good seal. But
Oh,
I just don't know
PTFE.
how well this piece
Did you-
is gonna.
You know
hold
that
up
piece.
spraying
You know
water
that
out.
piece. You know that piece that you just showed in the back. Did you put a little gasket? You know how the hoses have the little rubber gaskets?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna
rubber
use.
washer.
Yeah, I got the rubber washers, but what I'm saying is, and I'm also gonna put plumber's tape around the threads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, PTFE.
But I just don't know how well these two pieces are going to do with the water pressure. I'm curious to see if the water is going to come out of here or not. I mean,
What
they
did you say?
printed really good, so.
What is it?
This is Pet G, so I think it should hold up. I mean,
No,
it's strong as shit. Like,
What is the print?
it's a shower head, a rainfall shower head. See,
Randy,
Hard to do.
Hose
Randy,
that to it
we-
first,
Huh.
Justin.
You made
Hook
you
a
made
hose
out Pet
up
G?
first.
Yeah.
Randy, we've been talking about his shower head for the last 10 minutes. Where were you? I keep asking him if he's naked, bro. Come on.
I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something, doing something.
He did.
Yeah, he wasn't really thinking about me naked. I appreciate that, Randy.
Do we see any smoke around him? Was he smoking a doobie? Forgetting where he is.
Like I said, I didn't change anything about the guy. I wanted to print it just like he had to file it. And
Not a
then
doobie, but I got a vape cart.
We'll see how it does.
A doobie weebie.
Now I did it out of Pet G, but I only had a full roll of green Pet G, enough to do it. So I did it out of green.
Yeah, let me know how that works.
And so why do you need to replace your old one, Justin? Just curiosity. What's
I
this
mean,
one
I
getting?
don't really need to, but the other one's getting kind of like where, like after a couple of years, your shower head will start getting crusty and then the fucking
Yeah,
water will
okay.
shoot out all different directions.
Sure.
I mean, I could clean it, but I just was like, you know what? I want to try to print a shower head and see if it'll work.
Well, that'd be
color?
pretty.
I've always
It's
wanted
green.
one of those rainfall ones, so
What color?
I did it in green because that's the only color I had enough of in Pet G to do it in.
You wanted to match your eyes.
Oh,
That's
I
good.
got blue eyes.
It
I
won't
want
show
green eyes.
it won't show soap scum now.
Yeah, I got bright blue eyes, like ocean blue eyes.
Oh, so dreamy.
I actually have gotten a lot of compliments on my eyes over the years. Because they're like a really bright ocean blue.
That's how my mom's eyes were. My eyes are like mixture between blue and green.
Daddy, no.
Sarah's cousin, she's got two different completely colored eyes. It's freaky
Hello.
looking, man. Like one eye's like blue and I think another one's like green or something, but you can totally
What?
tell like, yeah, she has two completely different colored eyes and it's
That's a-
totally noticeable.
That's some like demonic shit.
Like you can't help but notice it. Like it's not noticeable. Like whenever you see her. Her eyes are really pretty. They're just two different colors, which kind of throws you off.
My eyes are hazel.
What's that, like brown and green in it?
It's like a light brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm printing this right here. I'll show you, Randy. Let me show you.
Mine are dark blue and greenish. Like, can you see?
It's file.
Oh yeah, I see them.
What are you eating,
show you.
Randy?
Breakfast.
How's it go? Just hang on a minute. I'll take one out and show you.
So I'm printing this right now. And
What
then
is
you'll
that?
you'll double side one
Cinnamon
of
Toast
these
Crunch.
on each monitor, on your computer monitor, and then attach it with the hinges to hold your monitors together in place so they don't move around. Let's test it out and see how well they work. But you double side one of these to each side of the monitor at the top and bottom, and then hook it with the hinges and just screw it down. And then kind of hold your monitors together from moving. I just don't have any double-sided tape right now to test it, so I'm just printing them at the moment.
You talking about it?
I'll be back. I just got to answer a phone call here.
Thanks for the warning. You said it mounts like when you got your monitors side by side, it connects them.
Yeah, so what it does is you double side each one of those posts, like put some double-sided tape on there and put it on each side,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put the hinges together on there and then screw them down, and it kind of holds the monitors from being able to move around, keeps them
That's
nice
cool.
and straight.
Yeah.
Because I have a problem because I have my monitors, I got them curved in on each other. And the pressure of them together is what's holding them together. But sometimes they'll slip or move
Right.
and it annoys the shit out of me. I'm constantly like adjusting them to fix them. I
Mine are
saw that
set.
yesterday.
Mine are set same way.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday and I was like, you know what? I said, that's a cool little just basic design. So give it a shot and see how well it works. Sometimes
Yeah.
I just go through the online models and I just scroll and look and see what pops up, what random shit I found.
Al said the best part about owning a printer is functional shit and gifts for people. I agree, but my wife bitched at me because I was making people gifts 3D printed. She was like, "People don't
Yeah.
like your 3D printed bullshit."
What?
I said, "That's where you're wrong."
You
Oh,
haven't
goodness.
learned that lesson yet? You don't never tell your wife she's wrong about anything?
I tell my wife, I'm not whipped like some people.
You mean
Uh,
like Justin?
There you go, Randy. That's her two different colored eyes.
Who is that?
That's Sarah's cousin.
That's crazy. What's
She's
up with
got like
the?
and then this one has split in two colors.
She
So
got two
she's got
pupils.
so she's got a solid blue and then she's got one that's like half blue, half brown.
What is that dot on her brown eye?
I don't know, dude. She was born with it's not nothing that's bad, it's just a rare genetic type thing.
She's pretty hot though, for real.
Like I said her eyes are really pretty, but it's so noticeable that you try not to look at it when you're talking to her, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've seen people with like slightly different color eyes, but those are like totally different colors.
Well, the thing is like her one eye is solid color, but the other one is split in half, and it's half the color of her other one, and then half of another color, which is really trippy.
Look up Matt Serger. He's a baseball player I think he
Yeah.
plays for the Phillies. Look at his eyes. So get a headshot of him.
You know,
Okay.
brown eyes are the most common eye color in the world, and people that live closer to the equator have brown eyes because it absorbs the sunlight better and stops from hurting your eyes. Green eyes are the most rarest. And what determines your eye color is a chemical called melanin. When you have a heavy amount of melanin in your eyes, it makes them brown. But when you have a melanin deficiency, is when you get blue and greens.
Orange, purple.
That would be
JD
cool.
said, "Damn." I said, "JD, want to hook up with Justin? Who needs her digits?" I don't think JD would care if she's married. JD don't care. He's a playboy. Oh, JD. Say I'm a player.
Yes, because blue and green eyes are more prevalent in blondes.
That would be correct.
Yeah,
It's
see,
probably
I've always had
this.
bright
It's probably
blue.
one of the same reasons that make your eyes blue is like part of what makes you blonde. Maybe like pigments. It's not the same. It's not the same pigment, but it maybe whatever affects the pigment in your eyes affects the pigment in your
Oh, I
hair.
don't have your glasses.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess the
and
dot
when you
on her eye, Randy, is a freckle, and apparently that's very rare as well too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did I
But
say
like I
she's
said,
pretty hot too?
yeah. But the problem is, though, is like when you meet her for the first time, you're trying not to like stare at her eyes, but it's like the focal point of her because it's like it sticks out. It's so noticeable when you
Oh,
first
I
meet
be
her.
staring her dead in her eye. Baby, you so beautiful.
Now,
That's weird, weird, really, because most women say, "Oi, my eyes are up here."
Right.
Yeah.
Randy didn't say nothing nasty about your cousin.
What?
Did he say something nasty about my cousin? I said, no.
No. I'm classy.
He didn't
Most
say nothing nasty about her. Maybe doing something nasty,
I
but
Oh,
might have thought about it, but
he wants to go blue, 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 blue.
He wants to see if he can't change her color of her eyes.
I want to see if I can roll them back in her head.
With
The
that little,
pink eye.
with that, Randy, with that little thing, what are you gonna do
TMI.
with it?
With that little thing.
Now, maybe in Canada where it's cold all the time, you guys have like evolved to have little baby penises to keep it warm. But down here in America, where we have real men with real jobs, we have big, most of us anyhow.
It's sort of involved the baby penises.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep it clean. Mr. Lance is going for a walk.
Got two ladies
Oh,
right
Lance. That's all Lance's neighbors hear on his phone as he's walking by.
Sorry, Lance's neighbors.
there.
Oh well.
I like the videos of that one guy that walks around and he pretends he's on the phone and he like says real awkward shit.
Yeah.
He'll be walking in public pretending he's talking on the phone and he'll just say the most awkwardest shit. He'll be like, I didn't mean to sleep with your mom.
Or or that girl that goes in the mall and she's talking crap about her boyfriend or something on the
Oh
phone,
yeah.
pretending. Everybody's like, "What the hell?"
I watched this prank yesterday on I think it was Instagram, where this girl, she took I forget what the brand of the cat food was, but the cat food that comes in a pouch, and she took it and she like rubbed it on the inside of his thighs, and then her husband came home. She was like, "You want to wrestle?"
Now,
And she's wrestling him, and he gets his head down there close to her, and he's like, "Whoa, huh? What the fuck? What is that?"
I
And
don't
she,
care what you say in the chat to them. You're not going to convince them otherwise.
What? I can't read the chat, so
Yeah, Sarah said, sorry to break your hearts, but she's happily married. Dal said, Sarah, for the record, they all say that.
right? Yeah, they're happily married until they ain't.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
Yeah, she's the only one I've ever met with eyes like that before in my life. And when I first met her, dude, it threw me off. I was just like, whoa. It's like you're trying not to stare, you know what I'm saying? Like overly stare at somebody.
Yeah, I'd be
Love
like,
something
hold,
like
I'd be
that.
looking like, hold up, like what, like what the is wrong with, what is going on with your eyes? You got contact? You forget to you miss a contact or something?
That's like I always feel weird when somebody comes up on me and they got fucking both their eyes are looking in different directions.
Oh, eyes cocked like a pistol.
Yeah, like Marcus.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, I can't look at people like that.
No, I'm
Like
like,
you
yo,
look at
I'm right here. I'm not. Hold up. What? Be moving all around trying to get them to look
yeah.
at the time.
Sarah said y'all quit being fresh.
I just call balls and strikes.
It's like whenever I see a midget in public, dude, it's like finding a unicorn. It's like
They're
hard not to stare.
called little people, Justin.
No, I don't go with politically correctness, all right? Because then in 10 years, little people's gonna be considered offensive.
Right.
Hey, look at those commercials from the 80s about mentally ill people. And they used to use a retard name. Oh my god, dude. Those commercials are vicious sounding. Those
Yeah.
PSA commercials they used to put out back in the 80s. Oh my god.
Lance 1 over is now 50th.
Okay.
It looks like Rory McIlroy's not going to go through.
That's unreal.
Look at Alan, JD. You're cracking me up.
Ranked second in the world and not going to make it.
Mm.
JD over here talking in the third person. Yeah, Sarah was over on the bench. Goes, "Oh my god, JD." Sarah said she's leaving the chat. She's appalled.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy. Got 2 holes left and he's 6 over.
Dad's eyes are gray, and my youngest had gray eyes when she was first born. Then over time, they turned brown. Yeah, I've met people like that where their eye color changed over the years. Well, at least they told me that's what happened. I just show her cousin's the first one I've ever seen though with 2 different color eyes like that, and then one of the eyes is actually split in 2 as well, which is really trippy. You know, one thing I noticed about this print though, this guy that made this, whoever made this print file, they didn't actually put any hinges in there or the hinge pins. See that? So now I'm gonna have to find a pin to put in there. I just noticed that. I was thinking, I feel like it's missing a part.
They probably want you to use like some hardware, some screws.
Yeah, I got some bolts. I got tons of bolts and nuts that are long
You
enough
got
for
some locking washers. You try to use a locking washer on one end.
that. Oh yeah, I got tons of them. Like I got a whole container that's full of just brand new nuts and bolts, different sizes, and they have all the washers already on them, ready to go. I got some long enough that will work in there.
You guys remember those baby food little jars, little minis?
All too well.
That's
Yep.
where so I inherited this house. And I didn't inherit it when we bought it. The guy left, half, he left 5 or 6 of those jars in the garage, and a lot of them were like a quarter full of nuts and bolts.
You screw the lid to a board and make a.
And I've added to it over the years. So probably all of them are full now. So if I need anything, I just go pour out a baby food jar and
Oh, I keep everything
You
that I
take
find.
a shelf on the underside of the shelf and take the lid from the baby jars and screw it into the shelf, and you
Yep.
can screw the jar right to it and have a nice little.
You can
hole.
do that with the mason jars too, yeah. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people in garages do that with mason jars.
Make sure you put two screws in the lid.
But I do that like if I have an old piece of electronics or something, like say a laptop or something, I'm gonna throw it out. I'll actually go through it and I'll strip it of all the hardware, the screws, everything. And then I'll save them all. Because you never know when you might need a little tiny screw or something like that, especially when you're working on something like that. So
Yeah.
I'll actually strip shit down and take all the hardware out of it. I got 3 or 4 of those big sorted, like those big containers for the compartments, and they're just full of all different kind of types of hardware. I got those stackable ones from Walmart, the hyper tough ones that stack on each other. I actually have 4 of them, but I use one of them for a medical kit for my bag for work. Just so I have band-aids and all that shit for the kids. Because they give you a first aid kit on the bus, but if you break the seal on it, you have to go all the way over to the other shop in Bartow just to get it inspected for them to put a brand new seal on it. Just to take a fucking band-aid out of the fucking thing.
That's crazy.
So a lot of the drivers don't use it. They carry their own shit on the bus because they don't want to break that seal. Because the law says it has to have that seal on it. It has to be inspected and have everything in it with the seal on it.
On a first aid kit?
Yep.
I know we have a first aid cabinet at work, and you can get anything you want out of it.
Like it's a first aid kit. It's about this big, and they put one of those seals, kind of like they do on the tractor trailers, one of those little numbered seals.
Yep.
But it has to be inspected to make sure everything that's supposed to be in there is in there and accounted for. Then they put the seal on it. But the minute you break that seal, you got to go all the way over there, and they have to go through it again and then put a new seal on it, even if you just take one band-aid out of it.
Right, because if something's missing and a kid needs it, they could probably be held liable if it's not available.
All right, so I carry my own shit on me. I got band-aids and gauze and all that stuff just in case anything happens.
Tourniquet.
First aid cream, yeah. I got all that stuff on me just in case. That way we don't ever have to use that. I even carry throw-up bags on me. I've had to use those a couple of times.
Throw out bags.
Yeah. Every time I go to every time I either I'm at the doctor's or Sarah's work, we'll grab a little handful of them. I'll keep them in my bag.
Kid breaks his leg, you bring a pistol. Sorry, you're going down, dude. We're not going to be able to save you.
What's up, Corey?
Got a bad fan.
Oh God, JD. Watching that clip you put in the jet. Let me see what I have for bolts for that. I'm sitting here not doing shit. It's all self-tapping screws and stuff. It's the electrical. I was over at the shop the other day, and they threw a bag of hardware in the trash. I had a bunch of these washers and shit in it. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna grab those. I never know when I might need to use those for something.
Throw them away.
Yeah, they threw a bunch of these away. It was a
Oh,
bag
sure.
of these. They had about 10 or 15 of these in there.
You scrap that shit. You get money for it. You need
And I had a bunch
stuff
of
like that. They need to get a barrel or a bin to where anytime you got any scrap metal, just throw it in the bin, throw it in the bin. Eventually,
Yeah, there was about 15 of those and about 10 of these with the nuts and everything with them. Big old lag bolts. I grabbed them. Those are a little too big. Yeah, we just sitting in the dumpster on top of all the trash. I grabbed them. I was throwing the trash all over them.
huge trash picker. You know, honestly, if you go up to like any college campus in late spring when they're getting ready to move out, you find a lot of stuff in them dumpsters up there, even near them.
Yep.
Furniture,
Oh, yeah.
computers, all kinds of stuff.
So at San Diego State, they have to start getting their, they have to sign a lease in October for the following year. So the place my daughter stayed in, they had to do it in October, the year before they moved in, and sign a lease. And then they moved in, or they started paying in May. And when the kids that were there moved out. And so I told my daughter, people are going to be walking through your place in October looking at it to see if they want to rent it for next year. Put a sign on your door that says selling bed, bed $15, nightstand $10. Because we're not taking any of that back.
People
There goes
jump
my
all
daughter
over
right
that.
there. Just driving by. There was my daughter right there, coming home from her boyfriend's. So I told her to do that, but I don't think she will. She's be too embarrassed to do that.
Now, does she graduate, Lance?
She does. Yep.
Nice.
So, does she graduate this year or next year?
In May. So she's going to be a senior.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And she's home for the summer.
that is correct. They're going back on Tuesday.
So
My
when they
wife
go
and-
back, every different, like when they graduate to another year, do they have to get new dorms when they go back?
So from freshman to sophomore, they got a new one. From sophomore to junior, they got a new one, but they kept the junior to now. So for 2 years, they're living in the same place.
That's cool.
But,
That's cool.
but they've had to pay, even in the summer, they had to pay. So,
Right.
June, July, and August, they're paying, even though she's not living there. There's 3 of them that are, but
Well, it's nice to be able to go right back to where you were, not have to do all that
Yes.
new, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This stuff takes
Yes,
your mind off of
exactly.
your studies.
Yep, you don't have to go to this, because they had to go to the storage unit last year, take everything out, move it to the place they're in now. Now
Right.
they could just leave everything.
Yeah, it's a
My
huge
daughter-
weight off her shoulder, I'm sure.
Yeah, my daughter supplied the TV. It's like a 65-inch TV that'll probably be the only thing she takes when she goes home. She'll leave everything else.
Makes sense.
Well, I'm sure it's better too, the better the college is. You go out to dumpsters outside of Yale, it's probably real nice shit.
Yeah.
Like Yale or Princeton, where all the parents are multimillionaires. They'll get two shit
Harvard,
out of
yeah.
65-inch TV.
Yeah, San Diego State, bunch of surfboards and skates. So all of her roommates surf. They're all California girls. She doesn't. She surfed before.
I wouldn't be surprised if she don't get into it though, being around them enough.
Yeah.
She might end up picking up the hobby. Because even in your, when you're 18, even up to like 25, man, you tend to still follow your friends around and and get into what they get into. That's why you can only hope that your kids are hanging out with good influences, or your kid is the good influence.
I was just thinking, all of her roommates are brunettes. I would say 80% of the girls on campus are blondes.
Dude, I'm a sucker for a brunette. I love brunettes.
Her and her roommates were all brunette.
I mean, I love all women, but brunettes are my thing. Big, tall, little, small. 8 to 80, blind, crippled, crazy. I love them all.
I could use those big lag bolts for these, but they're just slightly too big. But I can always drill these out a little bit.
Justin, put your nuts away.
Those would be about the right length I'd need too. They're just slightly too big for that. But I do have all.
Who all on here has watched that movie Obsession? It's on
nope.
Peacock. They
I
filmed it
watched
for.
it.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they filmed it for 700,000. The dude sold it at the Toronto Film Festival for 15 million, or no, 55 million. And then
Wow.
no, he sold it for 15 million. And it went on to gross 488 million worldwide.
Oh,
And
wow.
the film had a budget of $700,000. And it made $500 million.
It's pretty damn good.
So you're
How much
saying
should
my $300 budget that I do every April might make 10,000?
How much should he sell it for, you said?
He sold it at the Toronto Film Festival for 15 million. And
Well, that's
I'm
not
not-
too bad, though.
I think that the company he sold it to sold it again for 55 million. And then it went on to gross 488 million worldwide.
Yeah, see, I was waiting for you to say, like, oh, he only sold it for like $5,000, and I would have been pissed.
Yeah,
if
but
I was a creator
what
that
they're
would-
reporting there is they're not reporting.
But
I mean, it did really well, but they're not reporting the fact that salaries, bonuses, all the kind of things to the actors and everybody go out of there too.
No,
Yeah,
that's all.
it made a
but
lot of
That's
money,
that's
but
all.
they're just saying gross.
yeah, but the whole point is they only spent $700,000 on the
Yeah,
budget.
right.
It's nothing.
Between paying the actors, paying for, the film equipment, total, everything.
That's a huge
thousands.
profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's thousands percentage over profit. Like, that's crazy.
Because it's
Like
not
that.
always like the actors. It's not always about like when you're an actor starting out. It's not always about the money. Like when they filmed the movie Next Friday, when Ice Cube put that film together, he filmed that movie on like a $1.2 million budget. Cat Williams was in it. I think Cat Williams made like 40 grand for that movie. But look what it did. It freaking blew him up into superstardom. So he got his money's worth out of it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's $700,000, and then you make $500 million. That's such a huge profit margin.
Right. Like that.
Like, it's crazy.
The actors in that movie probably only made like $20,000 for the movie, but they got such notoriety now. They're probably going to get a shitload of jobs. That little bit of money they made on that movie is going to pay be well worth it.
As the creator of the script, though, I'd be happy with 15 million.
Oh yeah.
Because you're just selling it. You're not really doing anything with it past that point. I mean, you just wrote it and you're selling it. Because like it would have been really fucked if you would have said like, "Oh yeah, he sold it for like 10 grand or something stupid like that." Dude, I'd be mad as hell if I was the guy that
I,
made that.
I would have put a caveat in it though. If I sell you my film for this amount, I still want like 1.5, 2% of the gross box office money. So
Yeah,
if it takes a shit and doesn't do well, you're not gonna make any money. But if it does really well, I want a part of that.
I think 15 million is not bad to buy a script off somebody. That's pretty good damn money.
Oh yeah, no
I mean,
doubt.
I don't know what the going rate is, obviously, because I'm not in that business, but that 15 million, 15 million, that's a lot of money.
I'm just saying he should have put that in there just in case, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like look at the fucking Harry Potter movies. Those things made damn near $1 billion a movie.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
what that's the only reason I'm telling you, that's the only reason they split that last book into two movies. They were trying to stretch as much money out of that fucking series as they could.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
Can't say I blame him.
They
Oh
then
no, I
brought
don't.
out Fantastic Creatures as well.
Yeah, that one was all right. I don't really like that movie.
There's three of them.
I I don't know. I didn't really like those ones. But like I said, they just from the original movies and the original books, they said like just the books alone were doing over $1 billion a piece, and then the movies themselves were doing over $1 billion a piece. Like those movies made a lot. Those movies and books made a lot of fucking money.
Oh yeah.
I had the hard copy uh, of the Harry Potter books back when I was in. It sounds like in maybe middle school, maybe early high school. My mom bought me and my cousin the hardback copies of them from Scholastics. You remember Scholastics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Justin, what a nerd.
Oh, Lance knows about that.
Scholastics was the
sure.
shit back in the day. You would order the stuff. It would take the school like 6 months to get your order in, and then
Yeah.
you'd forget
oh,
all
yeah.
about it. And then one
Yeah.
random day, your teacher would come in with big box of shit, and everybody be all excited.
Oh, there's my comics. Yeah.
Yeah, or there's my Goosebump books. I used to
Yeah.
get
And the
Goosebump
teacher,
all
the
the time.
teacher would get like $10 for free for doing that, depending
Yeah.
on how many kids bought.
Yeah. I always remember getting Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yeah.
The real popular books back when I was, especially in elementary and middle school, was the Goosebump books. Man, everybody
same
was
here.
ordering those because you would get those big sets. There'd be like 20 of them in there, and they'd be like $60 or something. But you get like 20, 30 books.
Hey,
Mark and I
Justin, you're
read-
the host.
Mark and I read the Big
All right.
Red Dog.
I'm
Clifford the Big
going
Red
down to
Dog.
catch the
Oh, yeah.
boat now.
Oh yeah, I had Clifford books as a kid.
I have still got that book.
I got Clifford books in my house now.
What's up, Curtis?
Okay, guys. Hey, I'm about done with my walk. You're going to lose me when I get in front of my house. So I'll catch you guys later. Be leaving here in
Yeah,
about
okay.
1 minute.
All right, Lance.
Difference being, Randy, I got that book in the late 1960s.
Oh shit, yeah. It's probably worth $12.
I'm gonna look up how many Goosebump books were there, man. There were so many of those books.
Goosebump books probably like 500-600.
So there were 62 in the original series between 1992 and 97. However, including all various spin-off series, short story collections, choose your own adventure, there was well over 200 books. It doesn't give an exact amount. I remember the ones that had the alternate endings. And tell you, oh, you could go to page 20 or page 40, and you would turn to that page and you could do different endings. The story would go in different directions.
Not even gonna lie, I wasn't a big reader in school. I think from the time like all through middle school and high school, I don't think I read one book. I mean, I read books in elementary school, like little short story books, but like as far as chapter books, I never read any books in high school.
Oh, I used to check those out from the library all the time, JD, the Guinness World Records books. I used to check those out from the library. Our school had the whole series of those. That and the
Goosebumps.
fucking National Geographic magazines, so you can see titties.
Oh yeah, from third world country.
Yeah. See the big old floppy titties from
Yeah.
some tribe in Africa.
3-inch nipples.
Hey,
That was the only legal porn that was allowed in the school.
Like, Billy, look, boobies.
Remember spelling boobs out on the calculator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell, and boobs, boobies, hell.
Yeah, we used to do that too, JD. Like if they did things like that where if you read so much you'd get like a pizza. They would do a pizza party too.
Yeah, we had that too.
Because it would be at the end of the month, whoever met the goal or whatever, you got to pick which they would let you pick a one topping large pizza. And it was you and one other person. You would share a pizza with somebody.
I think
And
a lot of people cheated on that shit.
And oh yeah, because it was all just like there was no way to really prove it.
Like, bet you did not read 72 books in 1 month.
Oh yeah, the Ripley's Believe It or Not books.
Coffee?
Those were another good ones. I used to watch that show back in the day.
I was always going to the library. Me, I must have taken out 4 or 5 science fiction books every week.
we're going to the sauna.
See, nowadays you don't have to
We
you
were
don't have to
going
read
to.
as much to learn
Oh.
knowledge because you know you got
What'd she say?
you can read articles on
As
the
I told you,
No, what did she say?
yes, if we were going, I said no.
And then what did she say when you said no?
She said, okay.
That's it?
Somebody mute that foreigner.
That's
That's
Hey,
it.
hey.
That's all she said. Okay.
all she said, Ed.
That's all she said, bro. No, my daughter called earlier if we wanted to go to the car show. And I said, no, I don't want to drive an hour and a half
I
to
don't
go see a
blame you.
car show.
Especially on Sunday too, and you gotta go right back to work tomorrow.
Not
Yeah.
about the car show, Ed. Not about the car show.
And go.
It's about
I know.
spending time with her lovely dad.
Hmm.
And I very
Yeah.
loosely use the word lovely.
What? What JD say? I know he said something. I can't read the
Oh
chat.
no, he hadn't said nothing yet. I was laughing at what Randy said.
Oh.
Yeah, I was definitely into Goosebumps back in the day, though. That was the shit.
I remember I always liked the covers on the Goosebump books. They always had really cool covers, you know.
What was the off like there was like an off brand of Goosebumps. It was like Goosebumps, but it wasn't Goosebumps. It was called something else.
I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, it's what I consider like the off brand of it. What the fuck was the name of those? Hold on, let me see if I can find them.
Goosebumps.
They actually came out with a new Goosebumps show. I think it was on Netflix about a year or so ago, and I actually watched the first season. It was actually really good. It was a new modern version of it, and I don't think they've come out with a second season of it. Actually had Justin Long in it. He was one of the characters in it.
all right, fellas, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm going to the skate park, but I'll talk to y'all later sometime.
Catch you later.
Okay. You go to the skate park.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the skate park and see if I can't break my RC cars.
Hmm.
Have fun, bro.
All right, later.
Yeah, it was Bone Chillers and Shivers, Corey. And then R.L. Stein did the one that did Goosebumps. He did have Fear Street too. I remember those ones. That was like another spin-off of Goosebumps, the Fear Street books. Yeah, it was Shivers and Bone Chillers. That was the two other ones. They were very similar to the Goosebump books.
I never saw them. Mind you, if they were in the 90s, I was working.
Well, Goosebumps and like all that was more. It was really more aimed towards like young kids. Like they were scary stories for kids to read. I mean, I read one about 2 years ago. I found one random one in my shit and I sat and read it. Oh yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, that was another one too, as well. Another series of books, and they actually had a show, I think, too of that show. Or those, I think there was a
Sounds
Are
like
You
the,
Afraid of the Dark show.
sounds like the kind of stuff Roald Dahl used to write.
R.L. Stein, dude, that motherfucker just pumped books out. Like it was just, it seemed like there was always a new one coming out. Wonder if that's even like, what's that person? R.L. Stein. Robert Lawrence Stein. Okay, that's what the R.L. stands for. Still alive. He's 82 years old, born on October 8th, 1943. Damn, he sold a total. He actually outsold Stephen King books. He sold a total estimated global sales exceeded over 400 million copies, while Stephen King did about 350 million. Wow, that's a lot of fucking books, dude. I wonder what his net worth is after all those sales. So his net worth is estimated to be around 200 million. So what, about 50 cents a book, huh? Yeah, man, I miss the old Scholastic days, good old times. Like I said, you would always order the shit, and you never got it right away. Like it would take the school months to get the orders in. But then on just one random day, you'd either walk into a classroom and they have it all set up, or they would walk in. Oh, that was like the best day ever. You're all excited. They still do the Scholastic and book fairs there. My kids have gotten tons of books from that. Thomas has got a whole collection of books. I can't remember what they are, but a particular writer he likes to read. Thomas likes to read books. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, that was the ones he was into. He's got a whole bunch of those. All right, I'm gonna jump off. I don't know if y'all want to stay on, but Mark, Ed,
Okay, you guys.
you guys want to jump off too? Because I'm ready to jump off.
Well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
end it
guys.
because I'm host. So I'll catch